The Friday Morning Rant with Shane Halfyard is comedy. It contains mature language, mature subject matter, and various different points of view of opinions. If this kind of comedy is not for you, I suggest you go look somewhere else. Thank you. Have a great day. Welcome to the Friday Morning Rant with Shane Halfyard. It is Friday, February 1st, 2019. I've got a few things here. First of all, I was showing my wife this, is it E-Guard? E-Guard? Is it? Hold on, I got it written down here. The video is called "What Is a Man?" A Response to Gillette, and it's from E-Guard watches. Okay, so yeah, there's a little accent over the E, so I could be pronouncing it wrong, folks. So anyway, so the commercial is a response to that Gillette, thing where all men suck and should change and bow down and kiss women's feet commercial. And that Gillette commercial hasn't been very popular. Well, I mean, it has mixed reviews, but generally the dislikes far outweigh the likes. Anyway, I think it's like double. The last time I looked, it was, a little over 600,000 likes and 1.2 million dislikes. So, there's some problems. Excuse me, getting a drink. So I watched this "What Is a Man?" a response to Gillette video, and it was a very good video. I mean, it had a lot of statistics. It's like, for example, I think it was like 79% of all homicides are men. 97% of all work injuries / fatalities happen to men, and it went on and on like that. And that was a great way to do it. But anyway, in this video, it shows this very handsome black man in a suit, putting on his bag. It says when a man is trying. I'm like, yeah. And I'm looking at it, so I showed the video to my wife, and I said, "Isn't that guy a handsome black man?" And my wife's like, yeah, I guess so. I mean, no, really, look at him. He's a handsome man. She goes, yes. I said, he's a beautiful man. She goes, uh-huh. I said, honey, if you left me for this man, I don't even think I get mad at you. I mean, he's better looking than me. He's probably got more money than me because he's in a commercial, so that's saying something there. And since he's black, he's probably got a bigger dick than me. So it's like the whole trifecta. So you want me to try to get you his number? And my wife goes, are you turning gay? I don't think so. No. You probably want to hear the word no, right? She says, yes, I'd like to hear the word no. Then no. But that got me thinking. And it really did. It got me thinking about how we as men, especially younger men, as you get older, you get a little more confident in yourself. But we as men cannot compliment other men. Not in that way. We can say, oh, it's a nice suit, maybe, once in a while. But really, it is looked down upon, and it's not even looked down upon by women, I don't think. I think it's looked down upon by us. I think this is something we're doing to each other. But we can't walk up to another guy and say, hey, that's a nice looking shirt. Or, hey, you're a good looking fellow. You can't do it, right? In fact, I have vivid memories of myself in high school and university where if a woman said, where I was trying to set up a girl with a friend of mine, right? And she'd be like, well, is he cute, handsome? And I'm like, well, he's a dude. I don't know. He's a guy. He's a guy. I'm a guy. All I know is he's a guy. But if I was asked that same question, is your friend, I don't know, make up a name, Rhonda, pretty? She'd be like, oh yeah, she's cute. She's like, oh my God, she's so pretty. She's got this wonderful personality. She's so bubbly. And she's got like really pretty eyes. You'd love her eyes. And she'd go into details about, you know. And we as men, we can't do that. I can't go, oh, my buddy Michael, he is so handsome. And like you just love his smile. We can't. Because we're conditioned not to be able to do that. Well, I mean, again, this could be my generation. Maybe the millennials can do it. Can you millennials do it? Can you guys? Is that a thing? Am I outdated? Let me know. I'd love to hear. Now I'm, in my 40s, and I have no problem saying, yeah, that's a handsome guy. As I got older, I realized I'm not gay, and it's not gay to say another man's good looking. Right? It's just one of those things that, I think women have more confidence in that area than we do. Women can go onto the dance floor, dance with each other, and no one cares. No one even thinks about it. And no one automatically thinks, oh, dykes. No one. Right? But if I was to say dance with a buddy of mine, just goofing around, they'd be like, oh, a couple of fags. In fact, even right now, as I'm saying, men is not a... when I talked about how handsome that black guy, part of my brain was going, are you a little queer boy? Maybe you're a bit of a faggot. No? And I'm like, no, I'm not. Shut up, voice in my head. Oh my God, there's probably so many issues in that comment that's going to... But anyway, I'm just saying, it's kind of a... I don't know what I'm saying. I just find it odd. Women in this area, women have so much more confidence than men. And I'm not saying you should walk up to everybody and say, hey, he's a handsome guy, or blah, blah, blah. But, if someone asks, is he a handsome guy? You should be able to say yes and not feel subconscious about it. Or, or talk about his good qualities. Because usually what men will talk about, right, is they'll talk about things like, they'll say, oh, well, he's got a good job. He's in shape. Yeah, he's in shape. He lifts. Or if he's not in shape, they'll say something else nice about him. Oh, he's good job, pays his bills, good firm grip. We talk about, but that's, and we think we're praising the dude, but we don't. We're not. We don't know. We don't know. What the hell's our problem, eh? It's crazy. It really is. But that again, that's the generation I grew up in. It could be completely different. Like I said, any millennials out there want to chime in? Let me know if that's still unacceptable or not. Love to hear from you. Or if it is, what is acceptable? Well, it's time for that section of Ask Shane. And, oh. All right, first of all, I didn't get any real Ask Shane questions this week. I got about 9 or 10, hate emails. And I love it. I love it. You keep them coming. You want to send me some hate mail? You go right ahead. I'm just going to laugh. The great Bill Burr said this. And now I believe him. I believed him in the first place, but, now I got proof. He said that people who want to criticize you for your comedy will generally talk about how good they are at, enjoying comedy, how much they love comedy, before they, kick you in the balls. And I heard that, and I was like, is that really true? I mean, I wasn't really doubting him. Maybe that was just what he was running into. But holy hell, it's true. You are right, Mr. Burr. It is 100% true. I'm only going to read one, because they're all pretty much the same, and this is actually the shortest one. Oh, fuck. Anyway. Here it goes. Dear Shane, I love comedy. I go for the Just for Laughs festival. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's a huge comedy festival held in the summer in Montreal. It's been going on, 25, 30 years? 30 years, I think? I don't know. I just trust me. It's fun. Google it. Go there. You'll have a blast. I go to the Just for Laughs festival all the time, and I enjoy comedy in all its forms. Okay? Well, that's nice. Okay? We're good. Making me feel safe, making me feel secure. But your rant on Do Men Really Need to Change wasn't funny at all. She yelled. So, all caps and 1, 2, 3 exclamation points. Right? People, okay, you don't need multiple exclamation points. All right? You really don't. If you're going to write a letter, put some form and format into it and write a real letter. I know emails, people think they're not letters, but they are. It's electronic mail. So if you want to yell, you don't even have to put in capital letters. You could just put it, all and then exclamation point. And people will get the fact that you yelled it. All right? Anyway. You are a very toxic and disgusting person. I feel so sorry for your wife and your son. Well, I have 2 sons and 2 daughters, so you don't feel sorry for the other 3? I mean, just the one? All right. I wish nothing but bad things upon you. Upon they must have did this in their cell phone because their spell check is apron. I wish nothing but bad things apron you. But I'm assuming it's upon you. Oh, God. I am not a subscriber. And then they didn't put their name in. So you're not qualified for the $25 gift card of your choice then. Woo! Okay. Calm down. Breathe. Just breathe. Whew. All right. And like I said, I got 9 or 10 of these, and this was the shortest one. I'm not going to read all of them because there's no point. But lady, if you had subscribed, I still would have put you in the draw because that's hilarious. You wish nothing but bad things upon me. Joking around aside, that's horrible. I don't wish bad things upon anyone, and you're just you basically wish that nothing good happens upon me in my whole life. I'm telling you, when I posted that video, I didn't even think it would be like this. Oh, God. But anyway, thank you for your charming email. Now, let's talk about disgusting. Calling me disgusting and toxic, okay? I got that a lot. I even got it in my comments from some guy. But, the thing is, people will call you disgusting or call someone disgusting because that way they already categorized you beneath them. And therefore, any legitimate argument or point you may have is gone. Because they don't have to look at it. They don't have to acknowledge it. They don't have to, even think about it. Because I'm already beneath them as a person. To them, when they call you disgusting, they have made you a subhuman. Okay? And these are the people that are talking about equal rights, everyone should have a voice, blah, blah, blah. And yet, they've already demeaned me. No one should be demeaned, put down, all that stuff. And yet, she had no problem putting me down. Right? Because my point of view wasn't her point of view. I'm just assuming she's a girl because there's no answer. There's no, you know what? So maybe this is a guy. This person will say, put me down. No problem putting me down. And now this person can feel very good about themselves because they called me disgusting. And it wasn't just in emails. I had a friend, he got some text messages from some people, and he was like, he's a disgusting person, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, why did they say that? Hold on a second. The phone's ringing. 1-902-455. So I am just going to turn off the ringer, so I don't have to deal with that. So, yeah, once they put me in that category, they've already felt superior. Therefore, any argument or counter argument I may have is gone. It's pointless, and therefore, they don't have to acknowledge it. And that is why they do that. So if someone says you're disgusting or you're stupid, it usually means that they've run out of ways to argue. Right? I find that they can't. That once you can hold your own against them, they don't want to talk anymore. They're done. They're just, I've said what I want to say, and I'm moving on. I'm not, which means they've dismissed anything that you have to say to counter their argument is irrelevant. And those are the people you don't listen to. They obviously, they might be intelligent, but they're not emotionally strong enough to hold their own in a legitimate debate. And I say, don't even worry about it. Take in their good points, if they have any. If they say anything good or relevant, acknowledge it. Right? Don't call them down. Don't go to their level. Try to bring them up to your level. It's hard to do, but I find that if they do say a point that does need addressing, address it. Agree with them. If you agree with that point, you say, you're right. That's 100% right. Like one woman, she said that I sometimes had a hard time finding work because I was planning to have a family. Now, I would never have known that was an issue. I don't know how they would know she's planning on having a family. So I acknowledged. I said, that is terrible, and you're right. You shouldn't be punished for wanting to have a family. But of course, when that was published, that was on a video that I took down because I regretted saying certain things to that person and about that person. But the people who watched that video, they didn't acknowledge any of that stuff. They didn't acknowledge the fact that I said men are monsters. Some men are terrible people because they will send their dick pics to them. They didn't acknowledge that. They didn't acknowledge anything positive I said in the follow-up video that I did have, follow-up podcast that I did take down. They only hammered on the negative, that they felt was negative, right? And that's just the way they are, because they can't acknowledge anything positive you say, because if they do, then I'm now above the disgusting level, right? I am now back up to where they are at the human level. So that is why they do that. So if someone calls you disgusting, okay, hold on. With your arguments and counter arguments that they call disgusting, like if you're shitting yourself in the middle of the subway, and so it says, what, you're disgusting. Well, you are. You're a disgusting human being. You should stop doing that. But I'm just talking in counter arguments, okay? All right. Well, I've wasted enough time with this. So, sir or madam, whatever the case may be, I'm sorry you're not a subscriber. But thank you for your email. Send me some more. I love it. This is just, fun for me. So let's back out of that. All right. Now up to the next spot. Okay. I've talked about the What is a Man video. I will have a link in the description where you can find that. And I've watched a few videos about, they say in their bullies, like this first video I watched, it was called Bigger Bully Picks a Fight with Skinny MMA Fighter. You can literally see the confidence drain out of, and then I guess they're going to put him, but they didn't put that in the title. Or maybe there wasn't enough room. I don't know. That video cracked me right up. Okay. They're probably like high school kids. There's a bunch of kids forming a ring around, in the parking lot. And the bigger guy, he's like bouncing on the balls of his feet going, come on, come on, come on. And they're like, oh, he's going to fuck you up, man. And all that stuff. And the guy that he's fighting is a little bit smaller and really skinny. Just starts kicking the shit out of him. Like he's doing, I don't know if he's MMA. They're saying he's MMA, but he looked just more like kickboxing. Because he didn't do any ground and pound or anything like that. But he, maybe he didn't want to take him down to the cement. I'm just saying what I saw. Anyway, the guy gets beat so bad. He spins around and he has his hand up like, whoa! And then he goes, oh wait, because he doesn't want to back down in front of his friends. So he brings his fist up like those old-timey bare knuckle fighters in the 30s. You know? And the kid just keeps wailing on him. Just wailing right on him. I think the bigger kid got a couple of shots in, but no, the little fella just beat him like he stole something. And then the crowd of people just kind of swept the little fellow away. You know, the crowd actually, like, in my opinion, the fight was over because the guy just kept running. Well, he wasn't really running, but he was strategically backing up from the little fella constantly. So the crowd kind of like patted the young fella and then just kind of swept around him and led him away. And I think that was actually very responsible because a lot of crowds, you know, they would want to see, you know, someone get really hurt. But, you know, someone took control of that crowd because usually it just starts with one. One person will take control of the crowd and they can lead it one way or another. And whoever did that, hats off to them. And the kid walked away, you know, and that was great. So here's another one. Guy picks a fight with MMA Fighter, regrets it. Right now, this black guy is picking a fight with a tanned fella. I don't know if he's white and tanned or what his race is. I'm not good at picking out races. I'm really not. And I apologize for that. And the fella, we'll just call him, you know, I don't know. We'll call him white. I think he's white, just tanned. Anyway, the white guy is like standing there and he is like, step up, man. If you're going to do something, do it. Just step up. The black guy goes, I'm stepping up. What you going to do? What you going to do? And then he comes out and the white guy just kicks out his legs, knocks him to the ground and does some ground and pound and then tries to walk away. But then the black guy's not getting it, okay? He doesn't understand that he's outclassed, right? And, you know, to his credit, to the young black man's credit, he's in shape. Like, you know, he's ripped. Like, he's a tough-looking dude. Anyway, so he gets up and he oh wait, was that the name of it? Was that the hold on. No. Okay. I'm talking about, I'll have to put this in a different order when I put it on my thing. That one is Homie picks a fight with an MMA fighter. Okay, that's what that is. Homie picks a fight with an MMA Fighter. And that's the one where I told you about this young black man just starts swinging for the fences. Anyway, so he's chasing the white guy. And the white guy beats him down again. And then again. And the guy's not getting it. He's just, and the guy's just trying, the white guy's just trying to leave. Like, he's trying to leave the situation. But Buddy's embarrassed, right? The guy holding the camera is laughing his ass off at him. I don't blame him. So... yeah, it didn't end well for that guy. Now, the video of the guy picks a fight with an MMA fighter, regrets it. This one, I don't know. I think the MMA fighter, if he is an MMA fighter, held back, but I think he should have held back more. Because, hold on. Because the guy that's picking a fight with him, he says he's 40 and he was plump, not obese like me, but not in shape. He said he was 40 and he sounded like he was drinking. And he goes, "Oh, the guy's trying to be a gangster to me." And this woman, she goes, "No, sir, he didn't do that. Sir, he never said anything. Sir, please don't do this, sir." Like, she was really trying to defuse the situation and she was being polite to the guy. She was telling the guy to back off. But then she could see that it wasn't going anywhere, and she goes, "Well, I tried." And then the younger black fella just said, "Look, sir, back off. Stop this." He goes, "Don't you touch me." So the black guy's like, you know, the younger black guy's kind of putting his hands on the older black guy's shoulders, and he's kind of pushing him back a little bit because, you know, the older gentleman is really getting in his face. So the guy's like, "Don't you touch me, don't touch me." So then the young fella gets behind him, puts him in a rear naked choke, and slowly pulls him down to the ground. Not super fast, just slow enough that I think the fighter wasn't trying to do any real damage. Okay? I think he was just trying to control the situation. And you know what? I changed my mind. I think he did all he could do. And I think that was the best point. Now that I'm really thinking about it, he could have went a completely different way and really hurt this guy. But he didn't. He choked him a little bit, controlled the situation, and, didn't do any permanent damage, which was great. He just knew the guy was older, knew the guy was out of shape, and maybe had been drinking, may have had some issues, and he just took him down. And, my hat's off to that guy. He was a bigger man there. He didn't hurt him. So, yeah. I mean, now, this last thing isn't a bully. It isn't anything like that. This last one, I was just sad. All right? It's called World's Strongest Man, Pudzianowski. Pudzianowski. I am terrible. Anyway, he's like one of the world's strongest men. He's won multiple strongman competitions. He's gone into MMA and all that stuff. And he's versus Butterbean, world's fattest boxing champion, Pride FC legend. And I like Butterbean. I do. I love the bean. But when I was watching that, I was like, dude, you've gotten even bigger. Like, he's never been a prime athlete. Now, part of that could be genetics, but dude, dude's got to be topping over 400 pounds now. Now, I know, kettle, cauldron, I'm 328, 330, give or take. So this guy, I mean, he had no chance. He had no chance. I mean, Butterbean, I'm sorry, but you're just a big bag of dough, and you're going up against this chiseled Adonis, and he just, it didn't even last long. He got a few good shots in, and then the guy was just feeling him out, took him down, ground to pound him, was over with, gone. If you know, this wasn't, was this a spur of the moment fight? Were you in a cafeteria somewhere, and they called you up and said, "Can you be here in 10 minutes?" And you just put down your triple cheeseburger and left? Is that what happened? Or were you given some notice? Because if you were given some notice, God damn it, I hope you tried to trim down. I mean, you can't do that. I mean, I have no doubt that if you were to walk up and hit me in the face, I would drop, okay? That's not what I'm saying. But you gotta have some gas in your tank. Oh, man, I hope he doesn't find out where I live. I don't know. Maybe this was just one last fight for you. I don't know. I liked watching you. Always have. Because, you gave the fat guys out in the world something to shoot for. But, Jesus, man, the work your heart's going through alone, I hope you trim down. I really do. I'd hate to see you die young. What are you? I mean, you're probably not much older than me. Probably just in your 50s. Early 50s at that, I bet. Come on, man. Take care of yourself. But this is what I don't understand. I watched a bunch of other videos, but these are the ones I want to share. But what I don't get is in today's modern age, you don't know who knows what. Okay? Back in the 80s and 90s, there were rules to fighting, right? There were rules in street fighting. Playground rules. You didn't hit in the balls or you were a dirty fighter. You wouldn't pull their hair or you're a dirty fighter. You didn't, punch them when they weren't looking. You were a dirty fighter. And when you were a kid and teenager, you were afraid of being called a dirty fighter. You didn't want to be known as a dirty fighter, right? So, usually it was the bigger and the stronger kid that would win because they would throw these great big huge haymakers, hit you in the face, and drop you, right? I mean, and usually that was it. Once you're on the ground, they left you be. If you punched them or kicked them in the ground, you were a dirty fighter. So you might get a black eye. That's about all it. Maybe a broken nose, and it would end. And it would be over with. And that's the extreme. But nowadays, you just don't know who knows what. And you have no training. And you're walking up to these people, and you don't know if they don't have any training, but you think you're this bad dude because, I don't know, maybe you played a lot of Street Fighter. I'm not sure what's going on in your mind. And I never understood that. Even as a young man growing up, people would want to, beat me up because of the way I looked. right? Like, I do not look like someone who trains in the martial arts. Even when I was in shape, I didn't look like it. My glasses are very, very thick. So people would assume I'm an easy target. And then they would get slammed down and, and hurt. And then they'd call me a dirty fighter because I'd take them to the ground and I'd hit them in the face while they're on the ground. Well, no, my Sambo coach told me, he said, Shane, fighting's dirty. That's what fighting is. It's dirty. There's no such thing as dirty fighting. It's like, okay, I'm in. I mean, he would talk about, like, if you were in the guard, right? Like, if you're in the guard. Like, if you know, for those you don't know, the guard is you're on your back and you have your legs wrapped around the guy and you're bringing him down. So if you're in that position, if you're in between the guy's legs, I know, oh my God, it's so homo. No, it's not homo. Okay? It's grappling. It's a legitimate fighting art. Watch the damn UFC. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so you're in the guard. Okay? He would talk about how if they don't have a hold of your arms, to sit back on your heels and control their hips, right? And then every once in a while, just drop an elbow on their groin. Just drop it right on their nuts. And that's when I went, sir, that's dirty fighting. He goes, that's what fighting is, man. Dirty. Don't worry about the dirtiness. Just do the fighting the way I tell you. And I'm like, okay. Crazy Russian bastard. and he would just, he didn't actually, drop it on my groin, but he would do the motion of it. And then I was so scared. I was like, and there's another thing. If they're wearing shorts, you reach up in their legs and twist their balls. And I'm like, what? I don't think I could do that. But yeah, he was talking about, because he'd have no problem biting. He'd have no problem clawing your eyes out. He'd have no problem doing whatever it takes to win. And it took a long time for me to get in that mindset. For me to learn that. And how he did it was he said, Shane, you're almost completely blind. Anybody who challenges you to a fight or attacks you is already a dirty person. Right? He goes, they're already scum because they're attacking someone who can't see. I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I guess right. Because they already have an advantage. Because you can't outbox them. And I can't. I was taught only to hit the center of the center body. Like, from aim for the middle of their face down. Like, I always aim for the middle of the target. Right? Because I couldn't, I'm going to punch the eye here and hit the nose this time and then hit the chin. No. I don't have that kind of vision. I just punch down the center line, hope for the best. So, he was a very good teacher in that regard. But, like I said, if you don't know what you're doing, why are you challenging people? Right? Why are you doing that? Grow up. Use your words. Like, I would rather use my words than hit anyone. I really would. And I don't want to hurt anyone even with my words. Okay? That's not what I'm about. And you guys should try your very best to use your words. Use your brain. Now, if they won't use the word, you have to protect yourself. Protect yourself, of course. I'm not telling you to not protect yourself. But what will help everyone with this is I encourage everyone out there to join a martial art. Any martial art you want. Anyone. Because there is a form of discipline in it. Okay? Now, there are a lot of martial arts out there that, they're not good for modern day protection. So if you want to be a traditionalist and you still want to study them, study them. But I recommend, if you're looking for self-defense on the street, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Sambo, Judo, go to an MMA class and just train. Roll around with some people. Lose. Smile after you lost. Shake their hands and learn from it. Never feel bad for losing. Always feel good that you could learn something from the loss. Right? Eventually you'll start to win in these little round-dory matches. Right? And eventually you'll learn more and more and more, and you'll get better and better and better. Your confidence will soar, and you won't feel a need to pick a fight with some random stranger. Right? I am sure there are some a-holes in every circle. I'm sure there's a-holes in the martial art world that still want to pick a fight. But I think those a-holes that are picking fights are also the a-holes that don't have confidence in themselves, and they feel beating down somebody will give them some confidence. And that's not how confidence works, people. If you want to build your confidence, try always finishing what you start. I truly believe that. If you, say, start a crossword puzzle, finish it. That'll build your confidence a little bit. If you start a martial art class and you really enjoy it, finish it. Go to the end. If you get your black belt, if they have a belt system. Sambo doesn't have a belt system, so there was no black belt for me. It was just how he explained to me was beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And I don't remember. And you can get a coach, become a coach. His name was my kung fu teacher. I didn't have any belt system with him either. He just didn't believe in it. So, and he would taught me various forms of martial arts. I also had a couple of kung fu teachers, like a handful of them. I had one who taught me some the 18 form Hungar movement and the 3 Wing Chun forms. Then I had my regular kung fu teacher who taught me a lot of the animal styles. And I still do those forms. Well, I try to do those forms. I'm too fat now. I do right now. I am practicing all 3 Wing Chun forms. I don't have space to do the other 2 forms, which is the long pole and the butterfly knives, because I live in a house and I don't want to start swinging around even training weapons in an enclosed space, and I don't have much of a yard, so I practice the movements without the weapon. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. I do it anyway. The more advanced forms I will do more of when I lose some weight. I'm working on it. I really am. But no, seriously. Build your confidence up by going to a class if you feel the need to, get some physical aggression out. Right? Any martial art class. I encourage any martial art class. There's some martial arts I don't really like for myself. Like, I don't like Taekwondo. I don't like Aikido. But some of that is my poor vision. I imagine when I had 20/20 vision, I would probably enjoy Taekwondo simply because I'd be able to, see the target better to be more accurate with my feet. But, that's it. That's the way it is. But yeah, like I said, stop picking fights with people you don't know. They don't know anything. If they don't know anything and you win, what did you accomplish? You beat up somebody smaller than you. Nothing. Right? You accomplished nothing. You hurt someone. Anybody can hurt someone. Right? It takes a real strong person to build people up, then bring them down. Oh my God, I'm getting so preachy. But anyway, that's my rant for the week. If you would like a chance to win a $25 gift card of your choice, you can. First of all, you have to subscribe. You have to be a subscriber. It's one of those things, right? So you subscribe. Then you can ask a question or suggest a topic in the comments down below, followed by I'm a subscriber. You can send an email to shanehalfyard@hotmail.com. In the subject line, put Ask Shane so I know what it's about. And then you can ask your question, and at the end, state that you're a subscriber, and you will go into the draw. And you can also contact me on Facebook through Facebook Messenger, and you can say, ask your question. Again, say, I'm a subscriber. Now, keep in mind, I'll know if you are or not. I only got 6 subscribers, and I know who all of them are. So don't just try to scam me, okay? If you found this entertaining, informative, or helpful, or whatever, or if you just killed some time, please hit that like button, share with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Anyway, enjoy your weekend. Take care.